Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miriam. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, my love. So for those of you watching me for the first time, my name is Miriam. I am a Lagos-based content creator. I am a 300 level student of the University of Lagos. Yeah, I'm here to give you all the tea there is to know about accommodation in Unilag. In my Unilag prep video, I got a lot of questions about balloting, about accommodation, and I just felt like I should do a proper video talking about accommodation because it is a topic on its own, right? It's one thing to be admitted, another thing to get accommodation in school. I have a small notepad here with me because I have a lot of things written down, so I don't skip, and I want to cover every single thing there is to know. We have private hostels on campus and we have public hostels in school as well. So let's talk about the public hostels in school. Eninjoku is a new hall. Marire is on campus. Biobako is at education. Which one am I forgetting? Okay, King Jaja Hall is on campus as well, and Shodeinde is also a new hall. So Shodeinde and Eninjoku are both a new hall, but Shodeinde is considered to be less public than Eninjoku. I don't know how private Shodeinde is, so I don't want to misinform you guys, but let's just put it as it is less public than Eninjoku male hostel. So those are for the male hostels. Now the female hostels in school are Madam Tinubu Hall, Makama, Fagunwa. These three are in New Hall. Then we have Moremi. Moremi is on campus. We have Amina. Amina is in education. We have Honors and Kofo. Honors is at DLI, and Kofo is, I think Kofo is at education. Man, I think Kofo is at education. Yeah, Kofo is at education beside Biobaku, around Biobaku. I'm not misinforming you guys. So yeah, so these are the male public hostels and female public hostels. Now I'm female, so I can only rank the female hostels for you. I've only lived in Makama Hall and Madam Tinubu Hall. In year 1 I was in Makama Hall. In year 2 I was in Madam Tinubu Hall. The hostels are per session, so once you get a hostel first semester, you also resume the second semester. And I have been into all the female hostels in school. Don't ask me how, but I have been into all of them, and so far my ranking is number 1 Madam Tinubu Hall, number 2 Fagunwa Hall, then number 3 Makama Hall. The hygiene, the infrastructure, the furniture, that's the bunk beds, and the appliances, and then the kitchen and the bathrooms, that's what I'm judging based on. The private hostels in school are El Kanemi, which is a mixed hostel. Femi Bajabia Mila is also a mixed hostel. Then Women's Society is an all-girls hostel. So El Kanemi and Femi are at education, and Women's Society is at DLI. Their price range is from 500k and above. So if you want to make inquiries, you can just go to the front desk of these hostels and make your inquiries. We also have off-campus hostels, which are hostels that are outside school. We have hostels around Bariga, we have hostels at Onike, we have at Abule Oja, we have at Abule Ijesha. Please don't mind my pronunciation of all these things. I'm still learning Yoruba. It's gradually, okay? We have Ashomolu, we have Ayaba, we have around Akoka. There are hostels all around those places. There are also apartments, depending on your preference. If you have friends that you can share your rent with, all well and good, you can move into an apartment. If you want to have roommates in a proper hostel, there are also hostels off campus, so you have to go there and make your inquiries yourself, speak to the landlord, and then you sort out whatever there is to sort out. So now that we have spoken about the private hostels on and off campus, let's talk about how to obtain a bed space in the public hostels in school. That brings us to balloting. What is balloting? Balloting, in simple terms, is trying your luck online to get a bed space in school. And once you get a bed space, once you are a rightful owner of your bed space, you are called a bona fide. Unilag cannot provide bed spaces for every single student they admit, and there is no particular order at which students obtain their bed spaces. It is purely luck. I can tell you that for free. Balloting happens after your school fees have been paid. Unilag announces the dates for balloting. If you have already been admitted, you've paid your school fees, you should have a matric number by now. You should no longer be using your JAMB registration number. So as long as you have your matric number, you are eligible to ballot. Once it's time for balloting, you definitely hear the news is going to get to you that these are the dates for balloting, or this is the date for balloting, and then the time slot for balloting will also be communicated by the school to avoid traffic on the portal. But there's always still traffic no matter what. You want to ballot, first of all, you log into your student portal as usual. You put in your matric number, you put in your password, you move to the accommodation icon and you click ballot, and then you're going to see a bunch of hostels appear there. Then you click the hostel you wish to stay in, and by God's grace you get a hostel. During balloting, it's very important that you have very strong internet, because the portal buffers a lot. It might log you out and you have to like restart everything you've done, because there's a lot of traffic on the portal whenever it's time to ballot. Because just like you, everybody wants to get a bed space in school, right? Because it's very convenient. So as much as you want your convenience, every other person wants their convenience as well. So you have to make sure you use very strong internet to ballot. After you have balloted and you have been granted a bed space, you have to print out your accommodation slip. That is the next step. You print out your accommodation slip from your Gmail. Yeah, they're supposed to send you, Unilag is going to send you an email once you have been granted a bed space, and you print it out. This email entails your hostel name, your bed space, your room number, and then your bed space number. So if you have been given Madam Tinubu Hall, you will see there on your email that you have been given a space in Madam Tinubu Hall. I'm going to put a sample of this email on the screen so you can see what it looks like. So there are bunks, there are 2 bunks. That's for a 4-man room. A is top bunk, B is bottom bunk, C is top bunk, D is bottom bunk. The next step after printing your accommodation slip is to pay your hostel fee. You can pay your hostel fee through your portal, by the way. You can use your card, or you can use bank transfer, or you can go to the bank to make your payments. However you want it, just make your payments in time. If you don't make your payments, I think Unilag gives the grace of 10 days. If you don't make your payments within 10 days, your bed space might be given to someone else, because life is not fair. Then the next step is to print all your required documents, which are your hostel accommodation slip. We've talked about that. Your school fees receipt has to be printed. You have to print out your biodata, a recent passport photograph, and some hostels also ask for your guardian's passport photograph as well. When you're going to school and your passport photograph is needed for anything, please don't go with 1. Go with like 5 or 6 or 7. I always go with like 7 to 10 passport photographs when I'm going for anything that requires passport photographs, because the one you gave them might go missing. You might need more than 1. Just be safe and go with more than 1. So after printing all your required documents, you are going to get your WAPIC and LAG mobile documents as well. Let me explain. WAPIC Insurance is the official insurance partner for Unilag students. It is being done at Access Bank. You can just go in there and tell them you want to get your WAPIC done, and they will guide you. I think the payment there is around 1 or 2k. I'm not sure. Just hold 2k to be safe. Lag Mobile is the Unilag student payment and application app. You get that done at Unilag Microfinance Bank, if I'm not mistaken. So you get in there, you tell them you want to get your Lag Mobile done. How much did we pay for that one? 500. Bro, just hold cash, bro. For all these steps, hold cash because you're going to be doing a lot of printing. They're going to be asking you for money. But the only thing you're going to be paying for is your WAPIC and your lag mobile. After getting your WAPIC and your lag mobile done, you head to your designated hostel. That is the hostel that was given to you in your portal. So you submit all the documents you've printed, your WAPIC, your lag mobile, you submit all your passport photographs. They show you where to place them. You fill some forms, you sign. By the time they have access to your documents, they are to hand you your room key. But some hostels differ. In year one, when I was in Makama, before I was fully accessed, I had to get Macintosh. It's this thing you use to cover your mattress. So in Makama at that time, it was compulsory. Like if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be allowed to move in. Someone was selling it at the entrance, so you can always just buy. This is why I say hold enough cash. So if there's anything you quickly need to pay for, you can just get it done. Because trust me, you don't want to almost be done with this procedure and have to come back the following day. It's not fun. By the time you're done with your hostel clearance, you are being handed your room key. You head to your room and do inspection. It is very important that as soon as you get your email that you have been given a particular hostel and a particular bed space, you head down and make sure you complete your hostel clearance so that you can be, if not the first, at least the second person to inspect your room, because it's actually first come first serve in Unilag. By the time you go into your room and inspect, you can choose the better bunk, you can choose the better pillow, you can choose the better mattress before your roommates come in. It's just IQ. Your room inspection involves checking your mattress. You can move in with your own mattress if you're not fine with sleeping on school mattress. That's fine. You can take your own pillow. I have my own pillow, by the way, my childhood pillow. I always move in with my pillow, so I don't use school pillow, but I use school mattress because I cover the mattress with my Macintosh, so that's fine. You inspect your locker, inspect the lock, inspect your door lock, inspect the room's hygiene basically, and your appliances if they are all working. If you have any issue with any of your appliances or any of your furniture, you can go back to report the issue to the porter. I hope I tried in explaining these steps to you. We've spoken about balloting. Balloting is the basic thing to know about Unilag accommodation as long as you want to stay in campus in the public hostel. But if you are staying in the private hostel in school, you have nothing to do with balloting. I don't think I mentioned the fact that some hostels have 4-man room, some have 6-man room, and some have 8-man room. Crazy. Now if you don't get a hostel, like if you ballot and it fails, you quickly have to start looking for a plan B. So that you stay with somebody who balloted and got a space, or you get an apartment with a few friends outside school, or you get a hostel outside school, or you start looking to get the private hostels within school, depending on what you want. I'm going to give you my own take. I think I rather stay inside school. I can't even lie. Those people that are staying outside school, I don't know how you guys do it. When you're in school, you're not worried about how to get home or the traffic outside or the weather or anything, because your room is literally just a few minutes away from you. To me, it's really convenient to stay inside school, especially because of the course I am studying. Most of the time we have to stay at the department overnight because of rehearsals or stuff like that. I can't imagine having overnight rehearsals and then rushing to go back home to my house the next day. I'm just going to fall ill every single time. So I kind of like staying inside school is really convenient and is much more fun if you ask me. But like still, it depends on you, it depends on what you are comfortable with. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in my comment section. I'm going to answer every single one of them the best way I can. See you later. Mwah.